Oh, 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 oh my gosh! It's episode 4, and I'm already like, oh my gosh! This has been an incredible apocalypse, Alec. Thank you so much for joining me.
Thank you for having me.
Now I'm only gonna say this once. Just speak up a touch. I guarantee when this whole thing is over, I reckon I'm gonna press the button. When this whole thing is over, there's gonna be like a compilation of me going, "Can you just speak up a little bit?" and me being lame.
Speak up a little bit. Can't hear you.
All right, we're gonna do a quick audio test to make sure everyone can hear us. So let's get right into the news. Oh, Kazay. What'd you say to me, boy?
What's the news, Patrick?
The news is we were all in quarantine because there's been a major pandemic. Well, not major. He's not that cool. And we just want to make sure that everyone stays entertained. Oh, there it is.
And you can hear us.
Talk, Alec. Talk for me. I want to hear your
I'm
voice.
very quiet.
News.
Oh, hello.
Oh, Kazay.
How you
What'd you say
doing
to me,
this
boy?
fine morning? What's the news, Patrick?
Yeah, we can hear you. I'm just a lot louder than you. I'm just a lot louder than you, but you know.
You always are, though.
Okay. Well, you know what?
Good way.
You're lucky it's early morning, or else I'd be calling you words right now. All right, mate.
Oh, yeah?
This is the
Lucky
this,
it's not Friday night?
yeah. This was Friday night. I've been drinking a fat lamb and screaming words at you, Alec Barnett. Ah,
Fat lambs in from Woolworths.
yeah. You know what's actually really dangerous? I've got a little bit of fat lamb left in this stein, and it's just on my desk.
It's so
And
tempting.
so no, it's not tempting. If I forget that it's not water, because it looks like water, I might just take a sip of it just instinctively.
It's in there.
Ah, let's think about it. Last since Friday.
I don't like that to think about it.
But you know what's interesting? If I forget that that's fat lamb, and I'm like, oh, I need some water, and I just go for a sip, and then I can't drive for the rest of the day. That's gonna really.
You're such a lightweight. Yeah, you'll be wasted for the rest of the day.
That's gonna. Well, more so if I get pulled over and they're like, hang on, there's an ounce of fat lamb in your boy.
Like, what are you doing in your car, mate? Is this an essential run?
Yeah. Now. Yeah, cool. All right, good. Oh gosh, Alec. Well, we've got a fantastic show going. I just wanted to quickly introduce you to the audience. You are Alec Barnett, a really close friend of mine that I met
That's sweet.
through RMI TV. That's cute.
That's cute.
Anyone in the audience, if you can't hear Alec enough, complain about it and comment it so we can sort it out.
Yes. DM me personally.
DM him personally. His phone number is 1-800 UO Alec. Okay. My God. So Alec, you are a cameraman extraordinaire and also lighting guy and also everything. You're kind of like a crew jack of all trades kind of guy. Is that correct?
Like to think so. Hopefully.
How are you going? How has COVID-19 affected your life career wise?
Oh god. Work-wise, I was working full time, and then a week before the lockdown got announced, I was hearing that the people that I was getting work from, that the lockdown might happen and that work might dry up, but I didn't expect it to be
Alec. Talk for me.
so sudden. Like everyone else in the film industry felt, it was just like overnight. All of the jobs were cancelled. I had a whole week lined up and everything's cancelled. Now can't do anything. Haven't been able to do anything for a month or so.
And you know a lot of people in the industry, and are they all just are they all in the
Level.
are they all in the same boat as you, just at home, just going
Yeah.
shit?
Yeah,
What are we gonna do now?
Yeah, trying to work on their own personal projects,
Mm-hmm.
writing scripts that are never gonna get rid.
What is that like having to move from? Because you were pretty, you're like a little bit of a legend in my eyes. Because you were always every week you were doing every week you were working on something, someone's project. Now that it's all on you, how are you going with that? Like it's
Yeah, no,
yeah.
that was something I felt just before it all. I've been feeling for a while where it was like you have to learn, and by learning, and to learn you be on other people's projects and see how other people work and stuff like that, and see how the process goes. But then after a while, it's like, oh, I want to make my own stuff. I want to work on my own things.
Mm, mm.
And being crew, it's hard to do that because you're always just expected to, crew on other people's things.
Right.
And yeah, like now it's you're getting like thrown into it's all you're like sitting down in front of a computer trying to write or coming up with ideas or all that sort of stuff. And I think that's a bad way to go about it. I remember we talked about it a little while ago about how if you're trying to write something or if you're trying to come up with ideas and you're just sitting in your own room in front of a computer, you're not going to come up with anything good or like substantial. You have to be out in the world and you have to talk to other people. It's collaborative.
You do need that little bit of humanity in order to write about humanity.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it can't just be all you, or else it's.
It's interesting that you say that because it's interesting kind of going from, because in a way, you and I are different in a way that I've kind of always been my own boss in terms of what project am I working on next, how much time am I going to put into it, where you kind of have a million bosses. You have a million people who are like, all right, we're going to get Alec on this project and Alec on that thing and do this and that. So for me, it's not too difficult to, well, it's difficult for everybody, but it's not a huge shift in my entire power dynamic for me to be in charge of my own, career, essentially. And I was wondering, what's it like for you to be your own boss all of a sudden? And if a project gets made or not, it's because you got out of bed, not because,
Yeah, exactly. It's weird. I don't know. I'm still sort of getting into it, to be honest.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think anyone's days have maybe you have a good routine. Your day has structure and stuff like that. But at the moment, it's like you never know when you're gonna. Oh, I never know like if I'm gonna stay up until like 3 a.m. or sleep at 10 p.m. and then get up at midday. And so it's like it's hard to. And I've always been someone who I don't know if it's just when I have free time, but I've always been someone who works best at night. In terms of like creative stuff. I don't know why. I should probably change that.
Well, I mean, depends, because I've always been a morning person, so I can just work great in the morning. And a great system that I put into place for this apocalypse is I get up at 6, and from 6 till 9, I work on purely my own projects.
That's good.
And it's amazing, because that's 6 till 9, that's a good chunk of time to get something done, put something on Instagram, be like, hey, I did this, blank, blank, blank. And then I can spend the rest of the day gardening or working on my house, and it's really no issue because I
like a homeowner.
Yeah, well, hey, I've been put in that position.
Yeah.
Because I don't really pay rent for my own home, so I've got to what's the word? Contribute in other ways. So it is interesting. Just it's really worked for me, and I think if you can work in the morning. Just give yourself like a 6 or 9 is how I do it, but just from A to B, okay, I'll purely work on my art and my stuff that's not going to make me money right now, but I love doing, and then you won't need to do it for the rest of the day.
Yeah.
You'll feel like, okay, good, I've nailed it, so now I can just move right along.
Yeah, it's funny you say 6 to 9, because I think the time I'm most productive is similar. It's 6 until midnight or just past midnight.
Right.
And around that time. If I don't get distracted playing games or watching a movie or something.
Oh, dude, yeah.
Then it's just, and that's hard because that's at the end of the day and you're like, oh, I just want to...
Yeah.
Even though I've done nothing during the day, I'm in that mindset of, I want to just relax. It's the end of the day.
Yeah. My nights have gotten so embarrassing. I cannot stay up. I barely can make it past... 8:30 is my cutoff. It used to be 9:30. Now it's 8. Now I'm like, oh my god. When it turns 8:30, I'm like, how am I still awake? This is ridiculous.
I think that's healthy.
It's healthy, but my god, how embarrassing! I'm 21 and I can't even handle. And everyone else is like, oh yeah, it's 1 a.m. Might stay up for another couple of hours, and I'm like comatose.
No
yeah, it's insane. And I'll sit down, I'll play Uncharted for I'll be like, okay, I'm really going to get into it. I'm really going to get all the puzzle pieces and I'm going to, make a mission out of this. An hour later, I'm like, all right, I'm done. I'm so over it. I can only play video games for maybe an hour and a half until I'm like, this is it. I'm done. It's nighttime. Why am I still even alive right now? And I just kick it out of there. And
especially if you introduce Little Fat Lamb into it.
Little Fat Lamb. You know what? The audience, God, this is such a bad look. The audience, I barely drink. I drink maybe once every 3 months. this show is not a good example because every single episode, everyone's like, "Oh, little Patty, little fat lambs, bloody hell, fucking alky," but it's not true.
Yeah, getting sloshed.
I'm actually very, very cool.
How do you like? Which Uncharted are you up to? The first one?
The first one I was like, I'm not playing this. Who would play the first one? I mean, you play it, you play one level of it, and you go, oh, I played it for one. I played one level of it, and I was like, okay, cool. That's how the world used to be. And then I moved right along to the second one.
Yeah.
I'm on the third one right now, and I'm being a total nerd. And I'm like, I'm gonna collect all of the little puzzles.
I'm gonna 100% the game.
Because I have nothing else going on.
PlayStation trophies.
Sorry, everyone. Just so you guys know, me and Alec are true gamers, and you guys just stepped into the gamer zone.
This is the game zone.
This is the gamer zone. No one else can come into the gamer zone.
Can't handle the heat. Get out of the game zone.
See this? This is gamer fuel. Now I'm ready. Now I'm ready to game. Okay. I've been gaming since I was 2 years old. I played Naruto Shippuden. All right. I can game. I can game with the hardest of them. This is now the game podcast. This isn't Quarant Stream. This is now game.com. What's up, gamers? We are here today interviewing another spicy hot gamer. Alec, what are you playing right now? Since we're on this field, what are you playing right now?
Since we're on the gamer topic. Not much, to be honest. I've been playing this one game called Hunt Showdown, which is really fun.
Never heard of it.
Somehow I've amassed like 500 hours on it. And it's consuming my life.
I love how you're like, not much. Just this game I've been playing for over 500 hours. 500 hours?
It was over a year, like steadily increased. And
oh yeah, right.
I sit on it for like 8 hours. Yeah.
Damn. Yeah, I can't. I used to be able to. Sorry, there's a bit of delay.
It's one of those games that's like hard. It's kind of like Dark Souls, but you're up against other players, so it's hard. But when you like live for that, one kill, and it feels so rewarding.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. I used to be able to play video games for 5 hours when I was a kid. I could just keep on doing it. Nowadays, it's over. It's over for me. I could only play for about an hour until I'm like, and not because I get bored. I just don't have that much. I'm just like, I just can't keep playing, which I think is good.
I lost that ability, and then I think this quarantine has helped me regain my power.
You've learned
superpower to game forever.
Well, you're a total workaholic, so I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised that you've just gone back to turning work into video games. Yeah.
From 100 to nothing.
Yeah. All right. Well, everyone, thank you for watching. No, that's all right. For anyone who doesn't know, of course, every single one of you should know. I had a show. Me and Lisa Fremder had a show called Offbeat on RMIT V. Was that last year?
Yeah, it was.
It was 2019 when we did that.
Yeah, it was 2019. Yeah.
Gosh, feels like a millennia ago.
Yeah.
But and we had a recurring character called Alec the Lighting Guy, and Alec was our real lighting guy, I think, for some of it. But honestly, you were a friend of the show. You kind of just popped in. You're like, hey, what up? And then you got out of there because you had more important things to do. But I wanted Alec to be part of the show so bad, and I made you Alec the Lighting Guy, and I just had you show up like a homeless person. It was so great. We talked about Us when it came out.
We did talk about Us.
That movie. And then we talked about Six White Boomers. That is still, without a doubt, this sounds mean to Lisa, but the episode where she couldn't make it, and we turned it in, we just made that whole episode 2, I believe. It? Oh, I don't even remember. But that whole episode is one of my favorite things I've ever done or ever worked on, because there was so much mental madness in that episode. And then you just sitting there and we just had a wire around your shoulder, and you're just like,
my costume was me with a freshly shaved head as well.
Oh yeah.
Also, I had my shaved head. And also, just a light next to me and cables over my shoulder.
Mm-hmm. Speaking of shaved head, everybody, at the end of this hour, we're going to be doing a pop quiz for Alec Barnett, and every question he gets wrong, he has to shave a piece of his effing head, the skin.
My whole head.
Down to the skin. He has to chop his eyebrows off, and if he gets and there's a double Jeopardy round, he has to chop his eyebrows off.
Oh my gosh.
How much money would
I know
someone have to
some of
pay
this.
you? How much money would someone have to pay you to chop your eyebrows off?
Uh, mm. It would have to be my pay for like a year. They take so long to grow back.
Do you think your eyebrows is what's keeping you in the game?
But yeah, look at these. Look at these.
Look at these babies.
Look at these, baby. Yeah, your eyebrows are quite. What's the word?
Prominent?
Yeah, yeah. I don't know.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, quite prominent. Yeah.
Everyone always tells me
Your
that.
expression because of your eyebrows. Like when you make an expression, I think it's mostly your eyebrows.
See, you know what's weird?
Yeah.
I've never done a thing to my eyebrows because who gives a shit. But like,
Yeah.
I've just never even like addressed them, touched them, and like I've just had tons of like like girls who are all about the beauty and the hair, and they're like oh the makeup, and here's some tips, here's some makeup tips. They're always like, your eyebrows are just fantastic, and I'm just like, see, who reviews them? Who is like the person who?
For a second.
It's
You
true.
spend hours plucking your eyebrows.
Oh my god, dude, it's true. Every single minute of my day is spent doing that. So, Alec, you've gone to writing your projects, is that correct?
Trying to, yeah.
Are you trying to write for television? Are you trying to write for movies? What the bloody hell are you working on?
Just short films. My plan was after last year. So I graduated last year, and I had shot I think 4 or 3 of the final films from our year level.
Mm-hmm.
And it sort of just made me want to like seeing people direct and stuff. It just made me wanted to try it myself. And for the longest time, my goal for this year was to have 2 short films shot and edited by the end of the year. So hopefully,
LOL.
yeah, I know, right? So, I mean,
Hey man, you still could do it. You could make some.
yeah,
You could make some. What's the word? Some avant-garde movies in your lounge room. You never know.
yeah, shoot the fucking trees and everything.
Just shoot the trees in black and white.
Just flying away. Yeah, exactly.
Can we talk about student films for a second? Student films. I mean, and I'm talking like not like university. I'm talking high school student films. It's my favorite topic in the world to talk about because they are so shithouse, and I love it. I love getting into them, and I think like here's how you know it's a student film is if it begins with an alarm going off. Every single movie, like
Yeah.
it's like when was the last time you watched a movie where it started like that? But every student filmmaker's like, oh yeah, it's gonna start with the alarm, and like it's always like the filmmaker's bed, and their friend who's the actor has to get into the filmmaker's bed, and it's always like, did you wash the sheets before filming this? No. And it's just
Is that the first thing you think of?
when you think about it, when you get
Disgusting.
when you get someone when
Shame for yourself.
it's the director's always filming it at their home, and then you have to get
Right.
as an actor you have to get in their bed, and you're like, they clearly just got out of this.
Yeah, that's the same as uni. It's all just shot at some of your mate's house.
Yeah, it's funny though, but gosh, and like I always hated the ones that were like when it was black and white and someone's in the shower, like
I don't think we didn't have like a digital media or like a film course in our school.
I can't believe that.
Yeah, we had a digital media course, but it was all like Photoshop, Illustrator, like learning how to do that.
We did
stuff.
that too, but we also had a film aspect. We had a
Yeah,
total
I
film
loved
course.
that. We had a photography thing where we had a photography course that I did though, where it was like really broad, so you could do video.
Right.
And yeah, mine was exactly that. It's just like angsty. It was in black and white.
Oh, of course it
It
was.
wasn't. It wasn't a narrative film though. It was like a looping video for whatever. it was.
You're embarrassing, Alec. You're very embarrassing.
I know. It was awful.
But his thing,
Yeah.
yeah,
What
I'm
was your final? Like?
I'm guilty of it as well. I still think wow. Listen to this. How egotistical is this going to sound? I still think it's pretty good, but I think what a lot of year 12 filmmakers' problem is they make movies for themselves and not for other people,
Oh yeah.
which isn't a crime. That's not the worst thing in the world you can do. But it's like, well, quite frankly, if you wanted to open this to a market, who the hell wants to watch a movie about filmmaking?
Yeah. So was yours a narrative?
Mine was a narrative. It was a story of a guy whose best friend was a zombie. So
That's good.
he,
That's a
he
good premise.
so he made a movie. He made it like a little short home video about him and his best friend who was a zombie. And throughout the movie, you realize he says, "Oh yeah, I met him as a zombie," and there you go. But then later on, throughout the movie, you realize, "Oh no, his best friend actually passed away and came back as a zombie, and this is a visual representation of him not being able to let it go."
Right.
So at the end of the movie, he buries him, and he's like, "Yeah, I was kind of keeping him up. Like he wanted to go back to the grave, and I was kind of keeping him as a zombie."
Oh my gosh.
It's a little bit serious, but
Yeah.
it was a
That would be
comedy.
good-
It was a comedy.
That would be a good, like, I think that would work well as like a fake documentary.
It was. It was a super fake documentary.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was all handheld. It was all handheld mockumentary style.
That's not a bad idea. That's good.
But like there were parts of it where I was just like, oh, who gives a shit? When I was just thinking, I was like, man, I really
It
love.
happens.
I really love this idea. I love this idea, but it's like, but if someone who doesn't make movies, would they like this? And I think there's parts of it that are in there. But yeah, but like, frankly, I wouldn't have made myself. I made myself the director in the story of the film,
Right.
which I kind of wish I didn't do. I kind of wish there was like this omnipotent ghost kind of person who was filming us, and like I was just some guy who had this person. But anyway, anywho, check it out. You know what? No one's. Let's just plug it. Do you have yours on YouTube?
No. God.
Oh, you don't? Oh,
No,
that
it's
sucks.
It was all like super angsty.
Dude,
Um,
if you could...
It's not a film. It's not a film. It was a. This is gonna sound even more pretentious.
I can't
It was an
wait.
Installation.
Ooh, ooh.
So I had three pieces. Two of the pieces were photo based, and this one was an installation. And it was just like, oh god, I'm actually like cringing so much thinking about it.
Speak up and tell the world. Speak up and tell the world about your embarrassing shit.
It was all about like monotony and routine in people's lives. So I just went to like stagger it.
Repeat after me. Repeat after me. I am free.
I am cringe. And yeah, it was all my pieces like that. And then this one was just like a looping video of like train stations and public areas, just people going about their lives.
Mm-hmm.
And it took like 20 minutes to make. I was like, yeah, people are gonna get this.
Yeah.
People are gonna understand.
Yeah.
I mean, to be fair, people did get it.
Oh, good. No.
It wasn't
Look.
very complex though.
It's good to look. Yeah, it's good to look back at your student projects critically and be like, "Geez, Louise." Like,
Yeah,
I thought I was such a genius in year 12. I left shots running for such a long time purely because Stanley Kubrick left them running for a long time. But what I didn't realize was he left them running because there was stuff to do
Exactly.
in the scene. I left them running because I was like, "Duh, a long shot means I'm a genius." Yeah, I just thought.
Kubrick had a long shot.
And there's a particular shot whenever I show someone, whenever I did back in the day when I showed them the movie, there's a particular shot that I just left running for such a. It was like a 30-second shot, and I remember every time I watch it, I quickly skip past it because it's such a nightmare, and I'm just like, yeah, don't worry about that. I left that in by accident.
Yeah, don't worry about it.
Yeah, my god, oh gosh, it is incredible. Like I watched a video about a guy who's like talking about mistakes student films make, and. Once again, it was a guy waking up in a goddamn bedroom with his alarm. But he said, "Now watch this," and the character was like this. It was a shot looked just like this, and he went like this. He went and reached down, and then it showed a shot of him grabbing his glasses, and then it came back to the same shot before, and he put them on. And he was like, "We don't need to see a shot of the hand touching the glasses."
Yeah.
But as kids, we're like, "Well, how will people know what the hell he's grabbing?" Yeah.
What's it called? I can't remember the name of the director, but yeah, like close-ups and inserts are only supposed to be for things that are important to the audience.
Exactly. If he was,
You don't need to show, you don't need to show every little thing that the person's doing in a close-up.
And like if he was picking up a knife to murder somebody, that's when you show the knife.
Yeah.
But like as kids, you feel so insecure. Yeah, you're so insecure that the audience won't understand anything about your movie that you show everything.
Over-explain
Yeah, and you go, "This is what I'm doing. Here's the point, and I'm gonna add a narrator at the end to explain everything that I do." And like, look, I'm not gonna name any names, but if you're a student filmmaker out there, me and Alec are total pros. All right, we can critique your film. Ask us any questions. Send us messages. Call me. Show up at my house uninvited. We we will teach you. Here's the thing: we can't tell you what to do, but we sure as hell can tell you what not to do. And I'm telling you right now, if you're in year 11 and you're like, I'm gonna blow everyone's mind with my super serious 20-minute movie, first of all, don't do that. Don't do a drama. Don't do a serious film, because no one gives a shit what a year 11 has to say about the. I mean, unless it's like subtle, but it never is because we're all kids. So I knew some people in high school, and hopefully they're not watching this. That like had stories like where like and also everyone in student films is a bad actor. You got to remember that. So don't give your mate from art class a chance to do a dramatic role because he won't be that good at it.
Yeah, that's another thing. Try to actually look for people who want to act.
Yeah. Don't.
Them and work with them.
And if you can't find actors, that's very normal. Some people don't know any actors. Get a mate to do it, but don't get him to like do like a monologue from like the King's Speech. Don't give him a role that he cannot bring to the table. Because
Unless he has a stutter already.
yeah. But like my gosh, like if he okay, gosh, I hope he's not watching. So like, there was a line. I like telling it though.
Okay.
There was a movie. I'm gonna be careful. There was a movie, like a high school movie that I watched from a guy who was in a year above me, and like this guy walks on screen who was a horrible performer, horrible, just terrible. And he walked up and he was sitting on the grass with his girlfriend, and he was just like, "Gonna go home, maybe catch a beating from dad again."
Jesus.
And it's like, dude, he's horrible at performing this line. This line is way too dramatic. And just stop trying to change the world when you're when you're 19. That's not the point.
Poor guy making the film though. He's probably a cry for help.
Yeah, right. That's another thing. It's when you're writing a story about a life that you so don't even live.
Yeah, you reckon?
I don't know. Well, from my perspective. But anyway, that's personal and not at all caring to the audience. But yeah, it is super interesting the mistakes you can make. Like I always the biggest tips I can get for young filmmakers is do comedy. Because even though actually comedy is harder, it is hard, but drama is for people who lived lives.
Yeah, for people who can empathize.
People who can empathize, people who've had experience. Like I'm sure, look, a lot of 19-year-olds have lived awful lives, but making a drama when you a comedy can. Here's the thing: you can achieve comedy even if you're not doing it that great. But at least everyone's like, yeah, okay, cool. But if you do bad drama, oh my god, it's like, geez Louise, why'd you even try?
I think comedy can get across your ideas,
Yeah.
deeper, philosophical ideas,
Mhm.
a lot better and a lot more.
That's true.
You can have a lot more wider audience.
Yeah.
And they can understand those ideas rather than drama. It's just so, it's so hard to get sometimes.
Yeah, and especially when you've got
It's hard to portray.
yeah, especially when you've got a 15-year-old going, my father ripped my shirt off and he hit me in the face. But yeah, go for comedy, because one of the things that helped me a lot was for my year 11 short film. Let's just get into this. Is great. I'm loving this. I love talking about this stuff. My year 11 short film, I made a parody of an 80s high school what am I trying to say? Public service announcement on how to be cool. So I made it look like VHS, and I wore these older clothes, and I was like, "Hey guys, do you want to be cool like me? Well, you got to follow these tips." And the whole video was following these tips on how to be cool at school. And essentially, it was betray your friends, don't date tall girls, don't date ugly girls. Make sure you alienate everyone you know, and it was self-parody. But I was, well, how old are you in year 11? I don't even know.
17.
17, 18.
16, 17, yeah.
So yeah, I did that, and that was a really good way to do it because it meant I could, do my art and try to figure out how to make a movie whilst being able to have a safety net of an already established theme. like I think like a good way to do it is like say, okay, you have to make a 2 minute short for your media class, and I would say, okay, well, I don't have any talent, so where do I start? All
Yeah,
right,
yeah, that's the first thing you need to.
you need to totally accept you have
Can't go
no
into it.
talent. You can't
Yeah,
do. You are
you can't go
shit.
into it.
You're gonna
You can't go
feel.
into
Yeah.
anything
Hmm.
assuming you're the greatest and you have amazing
Yeah.
skills and ideas to bring.
Yeah. So you can't just film your mum's kitchen and be like, yeah, this is my kitchen,
It's a
and like.
metaphor for whatever
So so
lasagna I had.
I'd say rely on like a total genre. So if you have to make a 2 minute short for a media class, I'd say, okay, I'm gonna make a silent film where it's all bing, 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 like old Mickey Mouse, and I'm gonna give it like a flip on the genre. So try and make a Mickey Mouse short, like try and make that with real people, and like you'll be able to rely on a theme that everyone can get into.
Yeah. So you knew you wanted to work in the film or like work in that sort of field in year 11.
I
Very early on.
see. I had no idea things like RMITV existed. If people had told me that, I would have felt more confident about it.
Yeah.
My opinion, gosh, did I know I wanted to work in movies or film? Well,
It seems like you gravitated towards it.
I gravitate to
Subconsciously.
I gravitate towards entertainment. Like I am so in the world of I want to entertain people, be on screen, write something, voice a cartoon, to create awesome stuff for people to watch.
Yeah.
But man, the idea of being a director terrifies me.
Yeah.
Not because because here's the thing, I feel as if, if bloody what Peter Jackson knocked on my door and said, "Hey, we're going to give you a Batman movie. We want this, this, and this in it, and we expect it to make this amount of money." I genuinely reckon I could pull it off if I got enough friends around me that I knew could do certain things. I reckon we would make a fine movie that would make the money you'd need to make. But it's the beginning stages of being a director that I couldn't handle.
Yeah.
Walking around and telling
chip on your
people,
shoulder.
yeah, and telling people I direct movies, and it's like, oh, what have you done? Fucking nothing you've seen. That terrifies me. I couldn't handle that.
Yeah, I was talking to a director. I mean, this is how I came up with the idea of just making, having a goal and just making exactly what you want each year.
Mm.
Because you need to build up, pretty much. You need to build up failures. You need to learn
Yeah.
from making things and learning what works, learning what doesn't work. I was talking to a director on a short film he was doing, and he's writing a feature now. And he was like, "Yeah, you just need to make 10 short films. Your first 5 short films, you'll learn so much, and the next 5, you can actually enter into things and actually work on stuff."
Mm.
You know?
And
It's just- Yeah.
It's interesting. It's like, and like, sort of, I'm kind of bitter in a small way when it comes to like not student short, just making films in general. Just being you and making a movie. It's so expensive to make a movie.
Yeah, but I think it depends on. It might be from the outset because at the moment, like you're thinking of hiring gear, you're thinking of going to places and like hiring actors and stuff like that, and everything that goes into that and feeding everyone. But you can rent gear from friends and stuff like that. If you make the right connections, like all the people I work for and work with, they're all willing to lend me gear and lend me personnel and like all the friends that I know from uni. I think you underestimate how much people would want to help you.
Yeah.
We talked about the other day, like working together on like a narrative thing or something like that.
Absolutely.
What you usually work on like live stuff.
Yeah, and like just like a part of me is so gravitated. This has become. I meant to interview you, Alec. Gosh, you really switched this around. I'll shut up in a sec, but I'll definitely shut up in a moment. But like, I gravitate towards me being an asset to somebody else. So someone's like, okay, I want to direct this movie. But I have a basic theme, but not much else. And then they hire me to either do a voiceover, or they hire me to come up with ideas, or I come up with a few staging ideas. Like I'm maybe doing a bit of cinematography, and then I just blow that off, and they can have all that skill and talent, and they can go, great, I'm gonna eat this and make barf out of film, and I'll be like, great, send me $10,000.
My name.
Send me 10 grand, and that's fine. Yeah, that's a lot of work.
Is that where you want to be? Is that where you want to be? Like, is that your angle? You want
Well, I've always been good at having ideas.
You have been, yeah, yeah.
That's my only. That's my real
Have you
only skill. Is I can
have you
get an
been have you
idea.
been good at that? Have you been good at that in a vacuum, or is it always
I've always been
you're
good at it.
bouncing? You're bouncing. Like like by yourself. Have you
Oh,
always been
yeah, no, no,
the
yeah, no.
person who can sit down at a desk and be like, okay, I'm coming up with 20 ideas.
Yeah, that's just. I've always. I don't remember a time when I just couldn't come up with an idea in the first 2 minutes, and then that's the idea we end up going with. But I can't. I have trouble directing. I have trouble like.
Well, that comes with you can't expect to be great at something just because you have a natural talent.
No.
Coming with ideas, you need to practice that stuff, and that's the whole thing. You have to make a goal. You're like, I want to do this by this time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
And
kids.
also, I thought it was
Yeah, go on.
no go.
No, no, please. You were just about to finish the point. I was moving on. You go ahead.
No, I was about to change the topic. So
Oh god. And kids, remember, Friends is the greatest thing. Not the TV show, but just having friends who work in the same field as you, because you will be drowning in a river, and like you'll be like, how am I going to get this done? And then Alec comes along, and he's like, oh, I know a cinematographer, and you'll be like, thank you so much. Or maybe he can do it, or
it's myself.
he can chuck you or he can chuck you a lighting rig. It's you've got to have friends in this industry.
And you can't expect to make something by yourself. Like almost every creative endeavor, maybe apart from like painting
Or like TikToks.
or the initial TikToks.
TikToks is a solo performing thing. I'll agree on that.
Yeah,
Or live
Facebook
streams.
Live streams. Yeah.
I wonder how I do on by myself on this. I think it'd just be.
Fine.
I don't know. I think I'd just go insane.
I feel. You reckon?
I don't know. I'd prefer even though this is lame, but I prefer having doing commentary over a video game. Because then
Yeah,
it just
have something to.
yeah, well, because I can talk mindlessly for hours like on the radio, but like if I'm quiet for like 3 seconds, I want the audience to have something to look at. You know what I mean?
Stimulation, other than your beautiful face,
Other than my
your lovely eyebrows.
other than my hot lip, yeah. Oh, you know what? I haven't actually shared this whole entire thing.
Oh no.
That's wrong of me. Let's.
You've been doing this great podcast. You
Oh.
haven't shared it.
Oh, but no. RMITV, it's all they've got it. Hey, I'm just sharing it, folks. We are
say, though,
live.
So you talked about giving yourself restrictions, basically, if you're a student filmmaker, and really early on, like you automatically gave yourself restrictions. I think that's interesting because that's something I had to learn for like a couple of years, rather than just like spilling out all your ideas and trying to make it all work in a time frame.
Mm.
You said, I'm going to use this, I'm going to do this genre, and
Yeah.
this idea, and I think that's such like, especially in the short film world, you have to have such a concise idea that works
Mm.
In its own world, and you need to have restrictions.
Mm. And restrictions might be a frightening word for some people, but like if you just think of it along the lines of like, hey, what would you rather do? Come up with your own terrible idea because you're 16 years old that's about the space future and this woman is in charge of this cybernetic army or maybe try and recreate one scene from Lord of the Rings to the best of your ability. As a 16-year-old, I'd say the Lord of the Rings thing is the smartest thing to do because you have a launching pad and you can still express yourself, you can still show off what you can do, but you're not bogged down by your own terrible ideas. If that makes sense.
Hey, you're bogged down with someone else's.
Because what really helped with my zombie movie was the mockumentary thing I could rely on.
Yeah.
I could be like, well, how am I going to pull this off? But I can always relate back to the mockumentary thing and be like, okay, well, I can film like that or do it like man.
What would someone in a documentary if they had like a crew with them?
Yeah, exactly.
You think about the world doing. It's hard to do that in like your film if it's purely narrative because you're like
Yeah.
thinking about the characters.
Yeah.
Like, what would those characters do in this situation?
It's like an episode of Neighbours. Watch Neighbours and be like, what the hell is this? What the hell is this even about? And you realize it has like no genre, and you're just watching it, and everyone's just talking and leaving rooms, and you're like,
It's just, yeah, exactly. It's just constant dialogue.
yeah. Oh, gosh, Alec. Do you want to be a writer director, Alec?
I don't know. I think I'm similar to you. I just wanna
Jack of all trades?
Yeah, kind of. My goal was always that I wanted to, I want to be able to work on projects that I believe in, regardless of what I'm doing. You know, whether it be a documentary that I'm filming or something that I would be like producing, even though I would never be. I think I'd be an awful producer, or writing, or lighting, or anything, or gaffing, or gripping, doing whatever. But it's like something that I actually believe in. Being able to choose, I think, is where I want to be.
Is there any advice? Because I know you're, except for right this very second during this month because of the coronavirus, I know you're a huge up and coming success. Is there any advice you can give to people like you from a year ago?
No, I just got lucky, to be honest.
Yeah, but you had some skills. Like you did a lot of networking. Is there any...
Not really. I think it's a lot of luck. The first, like, trying to meet people who are in the industry and don't pester them for work. Like, just try to prove yourself. Like, you'll eventually get the chance, and you need to be ready when you get the chance.
Right.
Like on my first ever thing that I was on, I was Key Grip, which is like the person who worries about moving camera and everything to do with camera. And I had never touched a dolly or like anything like that, or been on a film set. And there was a big film set, and I was not big, but it was like, it was
Avatar 1, yeah.
It was no budget. It was the first Avatar. I was pushing James Cameron out. No, it was just a music video, but it was big to me. It was like the first thing I'd ever done, and I must have done something right because they asked me back in the next shoot, and then the next shoot you just have to keep showing up and just hope for that first chance.
Well, there you go, folks. Keep showing up. It is so a lot of luck. It's naive to say it's not, but and often
I think that's in the crew world. But if you're,
I think we're cut from the same cloth, quite frankly.
Yeah, you need to be given the chance.
Yeah, because the crew knows on-screen talent just as much as on-screen talent knows the crew. So it's all recommendations and I've worked with him before and all that. And I want to say one quick thing is when a teacher says to you, like they did to me, well, it's all about who you know, not what you know. That is bullshit. But at the same time, it's 100% true.
Yeah.
So it absolutely is who you know, but if you don't know anything as well, then you're screwed. You may know, Steven Spielberg, but if you can't, give him anything, or if you're useless to him, he's going to be like, okay, let's not hire him back. Like, it's all well and good about who you know, and that is very important, but you also actually do have to know stuff. So yeah. Just because everyone told me that growing up.
You need to show that you're very willing to learn.
Exactly. Yes. You just need to be a total just doormat in some ways, and other ways be very the guy.
Ask questions.
Yeah. Ask questions. Good idea.
Don't be the guy that assumes or tries to figure it out by themselves. Just ask.
All right, Alec. I think you know that we're getting close to a certain time in the show.
It's time to get this afro off my head.
Hold on. Yeah. So tell us, how long have you been growing that hair out, Alec, while I get the music going?
When was the last time I had a haircut? January. And it was really short. It was just before I went away. And, I haven't been able to get a cut since.
Oh, and what country did you just go to, by the way?
I went to Japan.
Ooh.
All the quarantine, guys.
Ooh.
Distance away from me.
All right, everybody. Well, I would like to introduce you to the Shave Game. This is a game in which I ask Alec some general knowledge questions about hair and other stuff. And every question he gets wrong, he has to shave a piece of his effing hair off. Alec, do you consent? Great stuff. Even a half a yes would be good enough for me.
He asked for consent.
Well, you have to.
I appreciate that.
Alec, are you prepared? Can we please see your razor? There it is. Can you condone that it's a real razor?
I can condone. It's got hair on it still.
And please touch it so the audience knows it is not fake. Tap it for authenticity. Very good stuff. Now, Alec, Alec, I need you to agree. You and I have never met before, have we?
No.
Very good stuff. All right, here we go.
Why did I have to agree to that?
Because it's like I'm doing a magician thing. Shut up.
Oh, sorry.
All right, Alec, prepare yourself. Get in the correct position. No, yeah, you do that. I'm going to do some ads while you get ready.
Okay.
This, of course, is brought to you by COVID-19. And if any of you don't understand this, you guys need to understand that hygiene is a massive part of staying healthy. I need you guys to wash your hands and do Happy Birthday song twice, even though, quite frankly, it's difficult to keep that up. I very much get it, that if you're like, I'm not going to sing Happy Birthday every single time. But if you're going out regularly and touching people's produce, you need to do the Happy Birthday song twice when you're washing your hands. Even if you're scraping skin off at this point. So remember guys, good hygiene. And remember, brushing your teeth and doing your breath mints and all that is still very important, even if you're not going outside. Alec, how are you going?
I'm going well. I'm just changing. I might go to my speakers.
No problem. Alrighty everybody, also remember this, that if you are growing a beard during this time, make sure it's not embarrassing like mine is. As you can see, I've got patches here and here, because I actually don't know how to grow a beard. It took my dad 40 years to get his beard in check, and now I just look like this. Me and Alex suffer from the same disease, which is you can't get hair up here because we're too stupid to do it, which means my hair grows out like this, like one of the, what's it called? Well, who are the bad guys from Lord of the Rings? What are they called?
One of the orcs?
Yeah, I have beard like an orc has a beard, where it just doesn't grow on the face, it just grows down here. And it looks horrendously ugly. But also, I recreate posters every week on my Instagram, everybody. So next up is going to be Green Book. I'm recreating that poster very soon. And then I'm going to recreate the Tiger King, where I'm going to shave here, and I'm going to recreate his beard, and I'm going to do a little poster for that too. Alright, Alec, are you ready for the shave game?
Can you hear yourself? Through the microphone?
No, you sound fine to me, boy.
You're on speakers at the moment, so.
No, I cannot hear myself. All right, I'm gonna before we go right ahead, I'm gonna do a quick test on the stream to make sure all the sound is working, because this is the most important part of the show today. Alrighty, let's have a look. Ding dong ding.
Oh my goodness.
No, you sound fine to me.
Step back a bit so I don't get hair all over my desk.
All right, well, I did warn you about this. A piece that you could have gotten some newspaper. All right, Alec, I need you to yell your answers out, my friend.
Yes, sir.
Okay. I won't play music anymore, but let me just get my sound effects ready to go. Remember, everybody, wash your hands. We're going to test the correct and right answer. Here's the correct answer. And here's the wrong answer. Very good. I would rather a fart sound effect for the wrong one, but we don't have time. Here we go. Alec, are you prepared?
I'm prepared. I hope this razor works.
You tested it last night. We know it works. Alright, here we go. Alec, true or false? The average person has 100,000 to 150,000 strands of hair.
False.
Wrong, it's true, you idiot, right off the bat. Shave that hair, shave that hair, shave that hair. What's that?
Can I start from the sides or go straight in the middle?
Straight in the middle, we gotta make this as funny as possible. Straight, shave that hair, shave that hair. Shave that hair, shave that hair. This, of course, is brought to you by RMI TV, the greatest youth television ever known to man. If you guys have a short film you want to make, I suggest doing it now. RMI TV also enjoys different shows every single year, and you can get there on a crew or even be talent or learn how to write. Shave that head. Oh, you are pathetic. I'm so happy.
This might be a bit of a process.
You look great. Oh, Alec. Alec, it's fantastic. You don't look insane at all. You don't look like someone who's slowly losing sleep at all. You know what?
I hardly made a dent.
No, it's okay. Every question you get wrong, you're gonna have to continue that center shaved bit.
Okay, I'll end up with a line in my head.
You look like a Mad Max character. Alec, are you ready for question two?
I'm ready.
I actually wrote the first one so that you would get it right. So it's pretty impressive that you already got it wrong. Are you ready?
Uh-oh.
Oh, sorry man, I can barely hear you. Do you mind talking up a bit?
Okay, yeah, sure.
I'm sorry to interrupt the game, everybody, but I just want to make sure you can all hear Alec Barnett.
I didn't even make a dent.
I'm telling you, you don't look right. You don't look right.
I've never looked right.
It looks bad. Alrighty. Just checking microphones.
Oh my god. Look
Alright, Alec, I need you to speak up, my dude. I need to yell out all your answers. Are you ready for question two?
at that. Ready.
True or false? The hair strands you have at age 6 are the exact same hair strands you have at age 40.
That seems too specific to be false.
We need an answer.
I'm gonna say true.
Wrong! Oh my god! Wow! Let's shave that head! Shave that head! Shave that head! Shave that head! As we all know, this is brought to you by RMIT. They approve this message. Shave that head! Shave that head! Shave that head! Shave that head! Oh my gosh.
Looks awful. I look like an insane person.
Keep going, man. That's not enough. I want more hair shaved off. Shave that head. By the way, Alec is just recreating my haircut, and he said he looks awful, so I think that's kind of offensive. Thank you all for tuning in. We are back to the head shaving game. What are those clippers made out of, man? Really get rid of that. Really get rid of that thing up here in your little ear zone.
My ear.
Yeah, get rid of your ear. Oh, that's what I like to see. Oh my gosh. See, this is what COVID-19 isolation is all about. We're shaving that head, ladies and gentlemen. By the end of this, Alec has gotten both questions wrong because he can't keep it together. Also, if Alec gets a question right, he gets to put the hair back on. All he has to do is grow it back. Oh, Alec, you look beautiful. You don't look like you just escaped a car wreck at all.
Is that? These clippers are awful.
Well, they better get better. Alright, Alec, for this next question, you gotta continue down the center. I want to see more centering.
Oh no.
Because that's going to look fantastic. No, for the next one. Jeez. He already knows he's going to get it wrong. All right, you ready for the next questionos? All right, Alec, you ready?
Let's go.
What is the only American state that ends in the letter K?
I thought these were hair questions.
Listen to me. What is the only American state that ends in the letter K? Time's up.
Oh no.
Answer now. Answer now.
I don't know. I don't know.
Have a guess.
I honestly can't think of anything. It's too early in the
You nincompoop. Hey, you ever heard of New York?
Of course. What?
You ever heard of New York?
Oh.
What are you, an idiot?
Oh my gosh.
Ah, you jeez Louise. Alright, continue with that. Shave that head. Shave that head. Shave that head. Shave that head. This is brought to you by, what kind of razor is that, mate?
Urban mess.
This is brought to you by Urban Mess, which is the greatest description of Alec I have ever heard. Oh yes, I want a line right down the center, my friend. Fun fact, Alec has to go to a bar mitzvah tonight, so he has to go looking like this. And Alec, as you all have realized, he hasn't taken off his shirt or like worn a little like curtain around him, so he's just gonna have hair all over his shirt for the rest of the day.
And I'm not changing.
And he is not guidance by the rules. He is not allowed to change. You know, Alec, I've given you like true or false. Yes. Oh, you look fantastic.
Yeah.
I've given you like pretty easy questions so far. You know it only gets harder from here. Oh my gosh. Everybody, of course, this is brought to you by RMI TV. And whilst I'm at it letting Alex shave, I want to encourage all of you to go to my Twitter, which is @yappingpat on twitter.com. I make funny tweets and I share things about my show, Chuckbuster, and other crap I'm working on. You can email me there for voice acting opportunities if you need something for your cartoon. Oh.
Alright, we'll continue this shortly.
Alright. Here we
What have
go.
you done to me?
Pardon?
What have you done to me?
You did it to yourself, mate, and here we go.
I wasn't saying.
Alright, you ready for this? Hang on, let me get my wrong answer buzzer ready.
Oh no.
Alright. True or false? A strand of hair is stronger than a copper wire with the same diameter.
Wait, sorry, you cut out at the start of that question.
Wrong. No, okay, here we go. No, it's okay. Here we go. True or false? Which means you have a 50-50 chance of getting it right. A strand of hair is stronger than a copper wire with the same diameter.
True.
Hey! Correct! Oh, my boy. No, what are you doing? Alright, now you get to have a cookie. But you have to do that. You have to do that in your own time. Oh, brilliant. Oh, fantastic. Alright, you get to keep a little bit more hair for a rainy day, Alec. Let's move right along. Are you ready for this one? You ready, Alec?
Yeah, go.
True or false? True or false? Red hair, as we all know, exists only in 5% of the population.
That sounds true. True. I'm gonna say true.
Your final answer is true?
No, I'm gonna say false.
What? You can't change your answer like that.
You just asked me what my final answer was. I can change it.
What's your final? So red hair exists only in 5% of the population. Is that true or false?
False.
No, you're right. Damn it. No, you're right. It's true.
It's true.
So it's actually only 1%. So you're right that my statement was false. You get to keep your hair. Keep your hair on, Alec. What percentage of the population is blonde? This is a hard one.
Oh my gosh, it's not a true or false anymore.
No, you got all the true or falses wrong. So now we're on to the hard questions.
I got one right.
Yeah, whatever.
What percentage? I'm gonna say 20%.
Wrong. Get this, only 2% of the population is blonde.
Yeah, wow.
Yeah,
People grow up to being blonde when they're young.
that was me. I was a pure blonde boy when I was a little kid.
I had white hair. I had a big white afro.
So you should have known this, Alec. Shave that head.
Am I continuing down the middle?
Of course you are. Dude, I want to see some skin. Get rid of that front bit. That front bit's upsetting me. Yeah, that's right. Shave that head. Brought to you by RMI TV and Nando's. Of course, if you guys are interested, you can follow me on Instagram at Patrick_Mar, where I post hilarious posts and funny TikToks and epic pictures of me in the nude. You'll be seeing me recreating posters and doing projects with Alec Barnett and comedians like Alex Lowe. Alex Lowe's, pardon me. And give a little plug to the guy who does our poster art, that's Stalktoons on Instagram. How you going there, mate?
I'm going. It's slow.
Jeez. Just awful.
This hurts, Patrick.
Does it hurt? Well, you're putting on a brave face.
Thank you.
All right, don't worry. For the next round, I'm gonna have you do the other side of your side.
Got stuck.
Oh, you don't look mental at all. I'm gonna have you do this side next.
Okay, good. Yeah, even me out a little bit.
Yeah, even you. We need to make you look good for the bar mitzvah. All right, next question. This is the next question of 85 questions. You ready?
It's good. This is gonna take a while, so we're going to overtime.
Now you can do. This is a pretty not a difficult question because you can if you get between the amount, I'll give you the points. All right. How many strands of hair do you lose a day? Not counting today. You're losing all your strands of hair today.
Yeah. Are you gonna give me?
No.
Is it between two? Okay.
Yeah, it's between two, and if you get in between that, I'll give you a point.
I'm gonna say. Was it earlier that you said we have 1,500 strands of hair or something?
We have the average person has 100,000 to 150,000 strands of hair.
I'm gonna say 1,000. All right. What's the answer?
You should get used to that sound effect there, mate. Oh my god, lions. Alrighty. Alec, shave that side. Shave that side.
What was the answer?
Huh? Oh, like 50 to 150.
Oh, I was gonna. Okay.
Oh, well, you're a genius after the fact, aren't you, Alec? Whilst you're doing that, I'm going to get some secondary questions ready to go. Because quite frankly, I want to see all that hair gone, and we only have 48 hours until we have to finish this stream. Hey, hey, are you, I know I'm asking you on stream, but are you willing to get rid of your mustache? Damn it! Alec, I'll pay you $20 if you get rid of your eyebrows.
That is my rate for a year.
Oh, this year. Alec, tell us about your childhood.
Quite a personal question. Tell me about your childhood, Patrick.
I actually had my head shaved when I was, oh gosh, how old was I? Bloody 7, I think. I had perfect golden hair that my mum loved, and then for some reason we shaved it off, and then my hair grew brown right after that. So I think I think that was a big disappointing moment for my mum. I wonder if I would have been blonde, or I probably would have grown out of it, but I probably would have had my blonde hair for a little bit longer. Look at your beautiful curls that we are just destroying.
I look like
One of the Three Stooges.
I look like the mum from the Addams Family.
You look like one of the three. You look like Larry from Three Stooges.
I look like a psychopath.
All right, mate. Are you ready for a couple more questions? And here's what we're doing. We're going to shave the tops of your head now, so that bit and that bit.
These two parts?
Oh yeah. Oh man, you look. You know who you look like? You look like the mayor of Whoville from the Grinch film. If any of y'all want to quickly look that up. Alrighty, are you ready, Alec? I'm going to give you a little break. This is true or false. True or false? So this could have been written by the internet or me. Remember that. The anticipation of sex makes your hair grow faster.
True.
Is that your final answer, my friend?
Yes. My hair grows very fast.
Very good work. You get to keep your hair for another second.
Thank you.
All right. Now we're going to the difficult questions. You ready for this?
Yes.
This is what I call a lightning round. Hang on. Hang on. Ready for the lightning round? Alright, here we go. Who was the original king of rock and roll? Michael Jackson, Mick Jagger, Elvis Presley, or Steven Tyler?
I don't know who Steven Tyler is. Elvis Presley.
Correct! You get to keep your hair. Agent 007... Listen to me, dude. Agent 007 featured in many movies dating back to 1962 and is known as...
Wait, sorry.
Agent 007 featured in many movies dating back to the 60s, and his name is...
James Bond.
Correct! A Bondo. What flightless bird spent... Pardon me. What flightless bird went extinct in the 1660s and has a reputation for stupidity? What's that?
A dodo.
Alright, you're getting too many of these right. What plant is traditionally the primary ingredient in wine?
Grapes.
Good work. The human brain communicates with the rest of the body through networks of what?
Neurons.
Wrong. The answer was nerves. Shave that head. Shave that head. Alright, everybody. If you are just joining us, Alec is forced to shave his head as a part of my shaving head game because he is a loser and I'm upset with him. This next question's a doozy, man. We're going to go into history. Are you a history buff?
No.
Alrighty, well then this is perfect for you.
Not at all.
You look great. You look really good. You don't look nuts at all.
Thank you.
One of our comments says you look a little bit like Kramer.
I've got that my whole life.
You know what's funny? People have said that to me as well. I think it's just the hair.
Yeah, it's the hair. It's big hair.
And the
It's also being racist on stage.
I was about to say that, but I was like, I'll let Alex say that one.
One day, yeah, you can't say it.
Everyone in the comments are going insane about this, Alec. You are saving the planet Earth. But of course, ladies and gentlemen, we are still in a lightning round, everybody. Lightning round.
Ridiculous.
Lightning round, everybody. Alright, mate.
Like, what's his name?
You look like Eric Andre.
No. Who's the Australian comedian who does the Simpsons impressions? You got the mullet?
What? I have no... Who are you? Alright.
Lightning round.
What island was Napoleon exiled to? Napoleon Bonaparte, by the way.
Napoleon Bonaparte.
Not Napoleon Dynamite.
Um,
Very famous story. He was exiled to an island after they were like, we're done with you, Napoleon. You're too epic for us. And he often played solitaire on this island. Do you have any idea?
I have no idea. Madagascar. The
Good.
movie.
Starring Alex the Lion.
That's the line, yeah.
Oh, I'm very sorry, mate, but that's a bit of a We're gonna have to shave that side now, boy. Finish it off. Finish it off.
This time.
Finish it off. Shave that head. Shave that head. Shave that head. Alec, do you have an Instagram you'd like us to plug?
No.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Everyone, it's a lightning round. We got lightning. Lightning round, everybody. Lightning. Oh, I can hear the shaver. That sounds good. This is great. This is quality content.
Are you shaving my head?
You look very upset, can I just say? You look really miserable.
What?
This is your face while you shave your head. I can't even believe. I'm going to get that man killed, I swear.
You know, looks so great at this bar mitzvah.
And the worst part is it's your bat mitzvah, so that's even more embarrassing. All right, Alec, are you ready for the last question?
Wait, I have to the last question.
Yeah, we only have one more question.
You can't leave me like this.
All right, here's the last question. You ready for this?
I'm ready.
The poster for which film from the 1950s features three skipping characters, all dressed in bright yellow raincoats and swinging umbrellas? You're a film buff. Throw us. I can ask you the question.
Yeah, can you ask me a question again? I was distracted.
The poster for which film from the 1950s features three skipping characters, all dressed in bright yellow raincoats and swinging umbrellas?
Singing in the Rain.
That's correct! Oh, Alec, you are a legend. You get to keep your hair. You get to keep your hair like that. Congratulations, you must be so happy with yourself. Oh, Alec, you are a hero, and I love you. Alright, well, you know what, everyone? That it reaches the end of our show. Alec, you get to keep your hair.
Just like this.
And you get to now say the phrase, keep your hair on, mate. And it can actually mean something. Alec, do you have anything to say to our audience before we leave?
No, not at all. I'm ashamed of myself. I have an Instagram. alec.barnett_.
I asked you earlier if you wanted to plug it, and you said no.
Yeah, I was distracted by media silence.
What is it called? Say it again. Say your Instagram again.
I think it's alec.barnett_. I don't post much on there.
Well,
Come hang out.
well, that sounds like an inviting page. I think it's called this, and I don't really post.
Yeah, whatever. Who cares?
Alright, everyone, thank you so much for joining us for episode 4 of Quarren Stream. I actually don't know next week's guest, but I will book them, and they'll be fantastic. Thank you.
I'm going to finish shaving my head.
Yeah. Alec's going to stay like that for the rest of the week, and we'll hear from you all. Thanks for joining in, guys. See you next time.